Now comes to the next topic, that is a pre-modern world. Now first we have to know what is pre-modern world. Now today we are living in modern world or a global world. So pre-modern world means the time period between 17th and 18th century, or we can say the beginning of industrial revolution, is called pre-modern world. Now during pre-modern world, the human societies have always been interdependent and interlinked. Today we are living in global world, and in this global world, we are connected with the people of another country. We are dependent on the people of other country. We all are linked with each other for fulfilling our needs and demands. तो सिर्फ ये आज के ही पीरियड में नहीं, बल्कि प्री मॉडर्न पीरियड में भी, दैट मीन्स बिफोर इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन जब था, या 17th या 18th सेंचुरी का जो समय था, उस समय भी जो लोग थे, जो मनुष्य थे, वो एक दूसरे पर डिपेंड थे. और ये डिपेंडेंसी जो थी वो एक दूसरे को आपस में एक क्लोज करती थी, एक दूसरे के नज़दीक लाके एक अच्छा रिलेशन स्टैब्लिश करती थी. एज वेल एज फ्रॉम एंशियंट पीरियड वी आर सेइंग दैट द सो मेनी पीपल्स like travelers, traders, priests and pilgrims, they travel from one country to another country. Now why they travel? They travel for knowledge, for opportunities, and for spirituality, for fulfilling the spirituality. And during this traveling, they carried goods, money, values, skills, ideas, inventions, as well as diseases also, and food from one country or their country to another country. So in this way, their things, their money, their values, their ideas, their diseases started spreading in rest of the countries or the whole world. So this movement was started from 3000 BC. The Indus Valley civilization was linked with West Asia. अब ये कैसे मालूम चलता है? With the help of cowries. Now what is cowries? Cowries is a seashell. It is a form of currency of Maldives which was found in China and East Africa. And the spread of diseases carrying germs occurred as back as the 7th century. और ये भी साबित हुआ 7वीं शताब्दी तक कि जो डिजीज़ेज़ हैं, जो बीमारियां हैं, वो भी इन ट्रैवलर्स के साथ एक जगह से दूसरे जगह स्प्रेड होती हैं. So by the 13th century, a strong link was established between the countries of this world. Now comes to the Silk Route links the world. Now before we start to discuss this topic, first we have to know what is Silk Route. Why it is known as Silk Route. So Silk Route is a network of various routes, and by these routes textiles, especially silk, trade from country to another country, especially from China to rest of the country. And these routes existed before the Christian era to 15th century. Now what is Christian era? Christian era means a time period after the birth of Jesus Christ. So the Silk Routes were regarded as the most important route linking the distant part of the world. So in this way, this route play a very crucial or important role in our past, because this route or these routes connects the people of one country to the people of rest of the world. Now, several silk routes have been introduced by the historians. Our historians identified so many routes on land as well as sea route. So, by land route and sea route, the people of Asia connected with the people of Europe and North Africa. So through these routes, all the civilization, whether the people of Indus Valley civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Chinese civilization, Iranian civilization, all civilizations were interconnected. So the most well-known silk routes also connected चाइना टू यूरोप. ये जो चाइना का यूरोप से जो कनेक्शन था इस सिल्क रूट की वजह से, ये सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट माना जाता है. सो द सिल्क रूट प्ले अ वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल फॉर स्प्रेडिंग द ग्लोबलाइजेशन. हाउ? So here we have to see through these routes the Chinese pottery, Indian textiles, Indian spices started traveling from Southeast Asia to Europe and Africa, North Africa. भारत के जो टेक्सटाइल्स या स्पाइसेस, भारत टेक्सटाइल और मसालों में बहुत ज़्यादा ही पॉपुलर शुरू से ही रहा है और आज भी है. और चाइना अपने पॉटरीज के लिए ज़्यादा फेमस है. तो ये सारी चीज़ें साउथ ईस्ट एशिया से ट्रेवल होकर यूरोप और नॉर्थ अफ्रीका में जाने लगी. एंड इन रिटर्न, और इसको बेचने, इसको एक्सपोर्ट करने के बदले में, the people of Southeast Asia or the traveler or the traders of Southeast Asia, in return they are getting precious metals like gold and silver which came from Europe to Asia. जिसके बदले में लोगों को गोल्ड और सिल्वर मिलने लगा और इस तरह यूरोप से गोल्ड सिल्वर एशिया में आने लगा. And through these silk routes, the religion also spread from one country to another country, whether it is Christianity, Islam or Buddhism. The early Christian missionaries and later Muslim preachers and monk traveled through these routes, and through these routes they spread their religion. We also see that through these routes the travelers travel to different countries, like Chinese pilgrims travel to India, such as Fahian and Wensang, जो चाइना से भारत आए और they had written about Indian politics, social life, economical life, administration in their books, और जिसके थ्रू लोगों को इंडिया के बारे में जानकारी मिली. As well as these routes also helpful for the development of trade and culture, because trade and culture exchange went hand in hand through these routes. So in these ways, these routes proved to be a great source of trade and culture which link between distant parts of the world.